All right, you guys. We may have one or two more slip in late, but let's get started. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's see. Bring that over just a bit. We'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to have you guys go ahead and start down on the mat with me. We're going to go through a little bit of mobility. Today's going to be a couple different circuits. We're going to be working with some balance and stability, but we'll also get some cardio. So it's a good little mix of everything today. Go ahead and start down on your back. So we are going to start a little bit slower with the tempo, but we will start to pick it up through this warm-up. So I want you to go ahead and lay back on your back. I want you to go ahead and find neutral spine. So bring the ribs into the ground, squeeze your belly button into the floor, find that embraced core, and then start alternating that knee hug. So you're just going to bring one knee in at a time, using your own body to kind of massage the front of your hip. You should feel that little pinch right in the front of your hip flexor, top of the quad area. And just really do your best to keep the tailbone flat. So try to avoid letting that pelvis curl up towards the ceiling, and instead force the knee down with that neutral spine for more stretch to the head. You can also feel your body out. It may feel better to bring the knee closer to the chest or even further out into the armpit area. So kind of just play with those angles, or you can add a little bit of movement side to side. So you may start out and then kind of roll that hip in and then go ahead and release. We're going to get a few more on each side, and then we're going to switch into that dynamic supine twist here. Again, just slow control, just getting the body moving, getting the blood pumping just a bit. Take those arms straight out to the side, find that T position, keep that core braced into the ground, and then begin to bring that leg across your body. Your face is going to turn to the opposite direction. So we're going to hold that stretch, 1, 2. Go ahead and swing that hip across, bring your opposite leg across. Do your best to keep both shoulders planted into the ground, and don't forget to give yourself that extra stretch by looking off to the opposite side. If it feels better for you just to hold one side at a time, feel free to just hold there. Or if you feel good and you want to go ahead and switch with me, you can switch as well. If you're holding, you're going to hold for about a count of 10 in your head, and then you're going to go ahead and switch to the opposite side. We're going to get a few more here, guys. Make sure you're breathing. Take that big exhale as you drop the leg across. Inhale as you bring the leg back. Exhale again as you bring the opposite leg across. Now you guys get one more on each side. Got a few more of these slower, more dynamic stretches before we start picking it up. Get this last one here. Breathe into that low back, that hip. Bring yourself back to center. Bring both feet up. Knees are up towards the ceiling, feet are flat on the ground. You're going to pick one side to start with. Put that foot right on top of your quad and begin to push that knee just out and away from you. So you're going to exhale, push the knee out on this bent leg. Inhale, release the knee towards your shoulder. Exhale, breathe, push out. Big stretch to your glute, hip flexor. You may feel this come a little bit into your low back. Do your best to keep this foot on the quad flexed and get some good leverage by pushing into that quad actively as you push the knee out for more stretch. We're going to get two more here. You're going to hold this last one, and we're going to begin to dynamically move through a hip twist. So release the knee into stretch. Take your arms to your side again. Drop this foot to fall to the ground. You're going to come into this nice big stretch. If it gets to the ground, awesome. If it doesn't quite reach, that's fine. Hold the stretch for that 1, 2, and then release back to center. Again, exhaling as we fall into stretch. So big exhale across. Inhale to release to center. We got 3 more, guys. Exhale down. Inhale to release. 2 more here. Last one, we're going to hold for 10. So bring it down. Do your best to get the foot as close to the ground as you can. And then push that knee out again a little bit more and try driving this top hip down towards the ground for more stretch. You just have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Release. Bring your opposite foot up, stack to the other side. Again, we're going to start with those knee openers. So we're going to take that big inhale on your exhale, push that knee out. Inhale to release towards the shoulder. Keep this foot flexed, glued to the front of the quad. Use that leg as a leverage to get more stretch to that hip. Again, keeping that back neutral, shoulders backing down, forcing the hip flexor and the glute to really give you that abduction out. We got one more here, guys, and then you're gonna go ahead and move back into that twist again. So take that big inhale, pushing the knee out. Exhale to drop the hip now to the opposite side. Again, goal is to get the foot to the ground, but if it's not quite there, that's fine. Listen to where your body is and just keep putting that goal in your head, trying to get a little closer each rep. We're gonna go 3 more here. Keep those shoulders square towards the ceiling, head relaxed. 2 more, guys. All right, last one here. Bring it down to hold. Push that knee out just a bit more. Big stretch to the hip flexor. Try to drop the hip down towards the ground. We have 10. Breathing into that space we created. We're going to go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Awesome. Bring yourself back flat. I'm going to have you guys turn to your stomach real quick. We're going to go ahead and start adding a little bit of movement into our stretch. I'm going to keep this parallel position just so you guys can get a better idea of what we're doing. So we're going to be laying flat on the ground. We're going to start with some Y's and T's. So you're going to take your arms straight out in front of you. You're going to bring yourself up, lifting your chest into that Y position. Exhale, T, bring them parallel to the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades together and feeling that whole entire back really light up. You're going to release to the ground, swinging those arms forward again. Lift up into Y. Exhale, squeeze into T. Someone through again for me. 3 more. Lift up. Squeeze T. Again, depending on how strong your low back is, you may be just lifting up just a little, or you may be able to get most of your chest off of the ground. Listen to the low back. Be very cautious. Don't push too much on the range of motion, especially if you're feeling any kind of pain. Release this last one for me, guys. We're going to push up to a half plank. So we're just going to push up to our knees. Roll those shoulders away from the floor. Pull the elbows like they're going to touch. Take a big inhale on your exhale. Take that drive up into a modified plank. So we're right here like this. You're going to go ahead and shift your hips back onto your heels. I'm going to readjust. But you're going to end up into this modified child's pose. So we're going to go ahead, roll the back up. Exhale to push back. Roll back up. And then exhale back. 2 more, guys. All right, we're really going to start picking up the intensity right here. So we're going to finish this last one. Go ahead and find yourself in that fourplex position. I'm going to show you both versions. Version 1, you're untucking your toes. You're lifting your hips straight up into downward dog. You're going to hold the stretch for that 1, 2. You're going to lightly control the knees all the way down to the mat if you're going version 1. And you're going to give me a push-up. Lift my feet, release, and I'm bringing my whole body down. If you're going to go more advanced, you're going to go ahead and untuck those toes, lift up into that downward dog. Give me that same 1, 2 hold. And then you're going to slowly release the knees to the mat, or not to the mat, but just to hover. And you're going to take this bear push-up where you're holding your weight. Then you're going to go ahead and push back up, okay? We're going to go 5 of these here, guys. We're going to get you guys going here in 2, 1, and go. So we're going to lift our hips up. Big exhale into downward dog. Find your position. Try to drive that tailbone up towards the ceiling. You're going to drop your knees either all the way down to the mat or just to hover. You choose. And then bring that chest down to the ground. Big exhale, push up. Find your balance. Release those hips back towards the sky. Big stretch. Breathe into it. Drop the knees nice and controlled, either to hover or down to the ground. Pull those shoulders down. Push up. Lift up again. 3 more, guys. Nice and controlled. Down. Pull the shoulders back and down. Drop into push-up. Lift up. Last one here. Bring it down. Drop into that push-up position. Meet me back in downward dog. Begin to pedal those hips out by bending one knee in, pushing the opposite heel down towards the ground. Breathing into those hips. We're going to walk the hands to meet the feet. So I'm going to go ahead and start to shift my weight back into my heels. Walk my hands back to my feet. You will end up in a hamstring stretch here. We're going to hang out here for a little bit. I just want you to enjoy that stretch. See if you can push your hips up higher. Turn your tailbone up towards the sky for more of a stretch.
or even wrap around your hamstrings or your calves to pull your chest closer to your legs. We're gonna begin that descent up, so it's nice and controlled, guys. Moving at the hips first, bring those hips into alignment with your knees, then your ribs, then finally letting those shoulders release up.
We're gonna go ahead and get started. You're gonna join me for an alternating lunge or a step back, depending on your knees and how comfortable you feel with the lunge. We're gonna go here in 2, 1, and go. So we're still kind of in that warm-up phase, no dumbbells yet. You can move a little bit faster if you feel comfortable with it, or really focus on that depth in your lunge and that form. Posture stays tall. We're pushing through that front leg. So I want you guys to take some of that weight off of your back foot and really focus on stepping up out of that lunge. See if you can even not push off of it at all. Just lift it up off the ground. See if you can pull that body back up into standing. We got 20 seconds. Warming up those legs here. All right, guys, last 10. We're gonna go here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Walk yourself back to the edge of the mat. You're gonna connect to the floor. You may need to bend your knees to get the hands to the floor. You're gonna walk yourself all the way down to plank position, either a full push-up here or a push-up from the knees. Walk yourself back up. Let's go ahead and join me. Take a big inhale up. Exhale to fold to the floor and connect. If you need to bend the knees, bend the knees. If you can keep the legs straight, keep them straight. Once you're in plank, drop to the knees for a push-up, or give me that full plank push-up. Push your hips back up for that stretch, slow, controlled roll up. Big inhale to reach towards the sky. Exhale to fold forward, connect to the mat. Walk yourself out. Make that push-up fluid. Bring the chest down to the ground. Walk back up. Guys, you have 20 seconds. You should be feeling the backside, the posterior chain, those hamstrings, the low back, really starting to open up. You'll notice your range of motion getting better. Keep driving those heels into the ground. Keep your core strong. Big roll up. This is gonna be your last one, guys. Reach, fold forward, walk it out. Give me that push up here. Bring it back up to standing. We're gonna go ahead and get started with our first weighted set here. You're gonna grab onto your dumbbells for me. We're gonna go sumo into a curtsy. So I'm gonna show you modified first. If you know you have bad knees, you're gonna start here. So join me with the modified. It's just a regular lunge. We're taking that wide squat, finding that lunge. If you want a challenge, we're transitioning curtsy. So all I did was swing that leg slightly behind me for that curtsy angle. It takes a little bit more stability through your ankle and your hip. So if you feel any kind of pain, turn it back into that step back or that step back lunge, okay? Guys, you got 20 seconds. Make sure you're breathing. Chest stays tall. Starting to pick up the tempo here. If you feel comfortable, speed it up a bit more. Deepen that squat. Give me full range of motion. We're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, you are resting. You're gonna go high pull into a press. So I'm gonna pull my dumbbells, press them, release through my center here. All right, we're going here in 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Do a quick posture check for me. Make sure your glutes are tucked underneath you. Your core is tight and your ribs are right on top of your hips. Now, depending on what dumbbells you're working with, they may feel heavy or light. If they feel heavy, use your hips to help you push up. If they feel light, slow it down. Nice, slow, flip. Controlled press. Make them heavier. Keep the core tight, glutes underneath you. We got 20 seconds. Play around with that tempo, guys. Play with that range of motion. 15 seconds here. Almost there. Last 10. All right, we're gonna go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, this next one's a single leg squat. So you're gonna have both dumbbells. One leg is working. You're gonna get flexion at the knee and the hip. So you're gonna sink back into this. stand yourself back up. If you need a kickstand, you're gonna put that back foot for a very short lunge, or go ahead and jump in with me, guys. Pick this toe up, so my heel is up, and I'm just doing this squat around this planted foot, okay? So the other variation, the foot goes behind you in the staggered stance, a little bit harder. You should be with me right now. Or if you're up for the challenge, give me that full single leg squat. Keep your chest lifted. The dumbbells do not have to hit the ground, but that's your goal, okay? So you're gonna go as low as you can hold steady and push your weight up. So listen to the body, and make it a goal to reach down. Don't bend at the back to get that range of motion now. You got 10 seconds, whew. Almost there, guys. Breathe through it, exhale to stand, push that glute through. We're gonna go 2, 1, and time. Shake out that leg. So quick recap. We're gonna go opposite side. Modified, right here. Elevated squat. Back into a staggered for another modification or into a full. You guys go ahead and jump into it in 3, 2, 1, and go. I'm right behind you. Find your balance. Hey, Mel, we're just getting started. Just picked up the weights. We're in a single leg squat right now. All right, ground that foot. Work on that range of motion. It's not about speed. We're really trying to create that full squat with that one leg. It's hard, guys, so don't be afraid to take one of those modifications. We can take that split squat here, lifting the toe, or even staggering it back behind you just slightly. We're gonna go through this 2 times, so you will get another shot at this. If you're really struggling with balance, you will feel it easier on the second round. All right, guys, we're going 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, you're gonna come down to the ground with me. We got a dynamic plank into a shoulder reach. I'm gonna start down on my hips for a modified version. Feel free to join me. Make sure if you're down on your hips are low, not up high, okay? So we have a straight line from our shoulders to our knees. Bring yourself down to your elbows, push up to your hands, lift into stretch. If you have light dumbbells and you want an extra challenge, feel free to grab onto the dumbbell as you reach out in front of you. All right, guys, I'm gonna make it a little harder to get up to my toes. Again, the stiller I can be, I wanna really eliminate any movement besides that up, down push, and make sure you're alternating that arm that's pushing you up. 20 seconds, almost there. The wider your base on the feet, the easier this is. If you're fully planked like me, make your base a little wider to help out. Last one, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right, last one in this first circuit. You're gonna go crisscross squat. So you're here, criss, cross, squat. Pop back up, okay? If you don't feel comfortable with that, step, step, squat, step, step, squat, okay? Bring it in the tempo now. We're going here in 2, 1, and go. I will stop modified. Step, 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 squat. All right, that's it if you're going here. If you want the challenge, criss, cross, squat, criss, cross, squat. Create that distance. Land in that squat, push back up to those toes. All right, guys, work on that foot speed. Work on the depth of the squat. Keep your chest up tall. We got 20 seconds. Almost there. Let's go. Nice and controlled, nice and light. We got 10. All right, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. You got 30 seconds. Grab some water, catch your breath. We're going one more time through, okay? So, getting yourself set up. You know what to expect this round, so you can push it just a little bit harder. Focus on tempo, focus on range of motion. All right, guys, you have 18 seconds. Quick recap. Dumbbells are on the shoulders. Squat, modified, lunge or step back, unmodified. Bring it into that curtsy with me. Alternate those legs, okay? All right, let's go. We're going here in 2, 1, and go. Bring it down. Curtsy. If it feels good on the knee and the ankle, step back. If it doesn't, play with the range of motion. Keep that chest tall. See how low you can get. Make sure you're supporting those weights on your shoulders by bracing your core. And breathe, guys, breathe. The lower you stay, the harder those legs work. So if you're not feeling it, stay low. Don't raise all the way. Just stay at the bottom of the movement. You're gonna feel those quads quick. We got 10 seconds, almost there. Breathe through it. You got this, stay with me. Stay down, we're going 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake out the legs. Okay, high pull to press. Again, play with the tempo if you need to, depending how your weights feel to you. Nice tall posture. Tuck the glutes underneath you, squeeze the core. We're going here in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. High pull, collect them into that press. If the high pull or the press hurts your shoulders, guys, it's okay to modify. You can throw in a little bit of a variation by going single to a double, okay? But if you're up for it, right here. Strong center, whipping those dumbbells through, pulling those elbows, releasing the wrists up. Nice big press above the head. 20 seconds. Almost there. 15. Make it harder for yourself, guys. Find that tempo that's gonna challenge you. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. We are going back. Single leg squat. Again, the variation starting from easiest to hardest. I'm gonna come into squat form. I'm just gonna lift my heel up on one leg. This is my working leg. Pushing down, pushing up. Opposite, slight stagger. It's almost like a short lunge. Or you're gonna go full with me, and we're getting that full single leg squat. Let's get into it, guys. The goal is to get the dumbbells to the ground. It's not a requirement, it's a goal. So every rep you do, you try to get a little closer. If you're not quite there yet, that's fine. Listen to your body. Get as much range of motion as you can control. Squeeze that glute. I really want you to focus. Make this a single leg squat, even if you have to grab onto the wall or maybe a chair to help you balance. Go for it. Focus on the range of motion. Focus on the control. Drop the dumbbells if you need to. We got 15 seconds. Stabilize that foot. Keep that back tall. Less than 10 here. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Resting here. You're gonna find that same position on the opposite side. Guys, be very careful with your back. Make sure the shoulders stay back and down, and you're not bending at the back to get down low. Nice tall posture. All right, we're going here in 3, 2, 1, and go. Find your center. Remember, it really helps to find a spot out on the floor about a foot ahead of you. Whether it's a speck of dirt, maybe it's just a piece of your carpet or just something that you can just focus your energy on. Put your gaze to that spot and then spread your toes, either in your shoes or on the floor, really ground. Create that strong foundation through your foot. Lots of foot, ankle stability work here, as well as hip. It's a very difficult movement, so don't be afraid to modify or grab onto the wall. Make sure you're challenging yourself at the same time. We got 10 seconds. You got this. Last few reps. All right, we're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Bring it down to the ground. Up, down plank. With reach, I'm gonna add a little challenge. It's our last time through. If you wanna join me, we're gonna start down on the knees. If you feel comfortable, come up to those toes. We're going here in 2, 1, and go. Elbow goes down. Palm replaces elbow. We're gonna push up, reach, push up, reach. Okay, so this makes it a little bit harder. Adding that push up, you're trying to fly that arm up before you get all the way out of that push up. Otherwise, you're right here with the first version we started with, guys. Oh, no push up on that one, sorry. So up, down, and then just reach. Keep the core strong, Keep those hips level. Or join me, make it hard. 15 seconds, make sure you're alternating that arm that's picking you up. Breathe through it, we're almost there. But we got 10. Let's go guys, up, down. We're going 4, 3, 2, 1. Time, hopping up for me. We have that break coming, guys. Should be starting to work up a sweat here. Crisscross, squat, or step, step, squat, okay? You choose your version. Totally up to you. Let's go for it. We're going here in 2, 1, and go. Bring the heat though. Let's bring that tempo. Really pushing yourself. You got a break coming. Get low, stay light. If you're hearing your feet pound against the ground, you need to control it more. You should be quiet, you should be light, you should be controlled, using your legs and your core, not jamming those joints into the ground. 25 seconds, let's go. If you want to modify to a jumping jack to finish, feel free to switch it up. Keep the body moving. We're almost there. You can do it, 10 seconds, come on guys. Last push, a little faster if you got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Slow your breathing down. Grab some water. We're moving down to the floor for this next set. So if you need to adjust your camera, please feel free to. Otherwise, just catch your breath. You got a minute. It's a longer break. Grab some water, slow the breathing. We want to try to override that short panting breath and focus on elongating our breath. Taking that big inhale through the nose, big exhale through the mouth. Feeling your stomach actually fill up full of air. Filling those lungs up. And then releasing it. Just focus on that breath as you recover, guys. You got 20 seconds. All right, you guys. We got still some time. You don't have to worry about rushing into position yet, but I am going to show you what we're going to start with. So I have a couple options, always. I want you to choose what's going to work best for you, okay? Option 1, those legs are going to stay right here in tabletop. You're going to make sure your knee is directly above the hip, not too far extended where the back is arched, or not too far over where my hips are tilted up, okay? Neutral spine, 90-degree angle right above the hips. You're going to go ahead, start with both arms up, one down, other one down, up, up, 2 presses. So we're going to do a staggered press on each side, and then you're going to get 2 full presses. If you want to make this harder, you're going to go opposite arm, opposite leg. So the low back needs to stay glued into the ground, belly button into the ground. You're going to drop your right arm, drop your left leg. Bring it, or hold it down, bring the opposite side, and then you're going to bring the same up, up. Okay, so you're doing that same staggered, and then when you go to 2, you're going to come into that full extension. So this one requires a little bit of brain power. Don't be afraid to give it a try. I'll verbally walk you through it, but feel free to also keep yourself just in tabletop or alternating those legs if you feel more comfortable with that. All right, guys, we have 10 seconds. Let's find tabletop. If it hurts your low back, guys, take the feet down to the ground. Give me just a staggered press with 2 presses. We're going to go here in 2, 1, and go. Drop the right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, left arm up, left leg, right leg up, double, feet to the ground, and into the press. Guys, I cannot stress enough how important it is that your low back and your belly button are glued into the ground through this entire set. So if I were there in the room with you and I tried to sneak my hands underneath your low back, I am not getting them under there. You are so connected to that floor, I couldn't if I tried, okay? Relax the neck and shoulders. We got about 10 seconds, we're almost there. You got this. Breathe through it, keep that core tight. 2 presses. We're gonna go 2, 1, and time. Awesome job, guys. Flip over. Again, you can do this from the knees or up on the toes. I'm gonna show you guys on the knees. We're gonna come into our push-up. We're gonna do a shoulder tap with it, okay? So find that flat position here. We'll go here in 2, 1, and go. Nice strong core. Bring yourself down into your push-up. Reach up for your shoulder. Push up again, up for your shoulder. I have a couple modifiers, so keep going if you feel comfortable with that. If you don't, you can be right here, just a shoulder tap, or bring yourself up, elevated, grab onto your coffee table, grab onto your couch, give me that push up, reach into that shoulder tap. You guys got 25 seconds, let's get after it. Make sure you're pulling those shoulders back and down, and you're squeezing your core and your glutes. Not just the arms are working, the whole body works on that push up, guys. 10 seconds. You got this. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. Bring yourself into a seated position. I'm going to go crisscross applesauce, but however feels comfortable. If it feels better to go in an elevated surface, feel free to grab a seat on a chair or on your couch. We're going to do an Arnold press. We're taking the hips completely out of this by sitting down. So you're going to have the palms facing in. You're going to open up. You're going to dip those dumbbells down like you're drawing this heart around your head. This is a hard movement because our rear delts stay activated through the whole set. So if you start to fatigue, you're going to drop down to 1, and you're going to go into just a regular press, or if you want something in between, you can alternate and rest in between, okay? You got 5 seconds here. Grab one of those dumbbells. Make sure your posture's tall, the core is braced. We're going here in 2, 1, and go. Open the elbows up. Draw that heart around your head. Frame the head. Bring them in. Squeeze the shoulders together. Draw that heart. Bring it in. Awesome, guys. Nice tall posture. It's all about the posture here. Keeping those shoulders active. Keeping the core braced. Sitting up nice and tall. You are halfway. Don't be afraid to modify if you need to, but if you can, challenge yourself. Stay with me. I know we're feeling the shoulders. Breathe through it. Do your best. 15 seconds. Last 10, guys. We're close. We're close. All right. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. You made it to your last one on this circuit. We're going to go renegade row with the climber. So half of you are going to be, well, some of you guys may want to do this from the ground. I'll show you that first, and then some of you may want to be up on the toes. So if you're on the ground, you're going to find that modified plank. You're going to go row, row, pop to toes, climber, climber, okay? If you're not, you're just in the plank the whole time, row, row, climber, climber. I'll be doing that version, but just watch your angles, keep your core braced, okay? You guys got 9 seconds. We're jumping into it. Remember, the wider your base on your feet or your knees, the more your weight will be distributed, the easier it'll be. Make sure the weights are directly under your shoulders, not out in front of you or underneath you. Here we go, guys. Keep those hips steady. So what tends to happen is when you pull that dumbbell up, that hip is going to want to twist up with you. What I mean, it looks something like this. I don't want you to do that. I want you to keep your hips parallel to the ground. That's how you're going to get that core really working here. This is a hard movement, guys. Don't be afraid to take the knee position. Keep your hips low. Keep the core braced. Do not let that low back arch. Pull that belly button into flexion to support that back. You got this. We got 10 seconds. Row, row, 2 climbers. All right, we're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, guys. Cardio movement for this round. Then we take a break and we go through one more time. So again, I have a couple options for you. Those of you that feel comfortable with a jump, you're gonna be jumping side to side over your mat. Like that, okay? If you don't feel comfortable, you can be here. You can tap side to side. You can also grab that elevated surface, tap side to side here. Or guys, don't be afraid to come up
Give me just a high knee march or just a regular high knee. All right, let's go.
I know you guys are excited. You're looking forward to this round. Pull those shoulders back and down. If you're hopping with me, stay controlled, stay light. We're going here in 2, 1, and go. So what do I mean by light? I don't want to hear my feet slamming into the ground. I want to use my core to catch some air and lightly set them into the ground. So yes, we're moving quick. We're moving controlled. We're not going to take speed over control here. 30 seconds, guys. You got this. Almost there. Keep going. Try to cut over that mat every time. Think of the mat as hot lava. 15 seconds. We got 10. You can do it. Just a few more. We're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. I know, those shoulders, those arms, they are feeling it. That means you're doing good work. You guys have 30 seconds. You're gonna go through that one more time with me. And then you may have some time for some core, or we may just finish up with stretching. I think we'll have a little time for some core. All right. Quick recap, guys. You've got that staggered press to start. So whatever version you chose last time, feel free to stay with it. Or if you're up for a challenge and you want to try a harder version, feel free to. I also have something else to add to it if you want to follow me for the most advanced. But we'll start with the modified with you guys and the version we did last time. So arms up, legs in tabletop. Here we go. So it's right down, right up, left down, 2 presses. Or join me, bringing those feet into it as well, keeping that core strong, nice extension. Now if this feels easy and you want that extra challenge, bring those legs long. Give me that same position, long legs. Keep that back glued into the ground. Keep that core strong. You should not be rocking forward and back. Your neck or your shoulders should not be lifting up. This is your workout, guys. You choose what works for you. We got about 15 seconds left. Almost there. Squeeze those abs. We're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. Push up, shoulder tap. I'm coming up to my toes. I'm gonna take it up a notch this round. If you wanna join me, let's go for it. If you felt good on the knees, go for the knees again. We're going here in 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Guys, if you were like me and your wrists start to hurt after a minute or 2 in plank, come up to your fist like I am. That'll protect your wrist from being in that flex position. Keep the core tight. I know those arms are tired, guys. Just do your best. That's all I can ask. Breathe through it. If you need to just hold plank, hold plank. I just ask that you don't quit altogether. Don't just sit and rest. Stay active somehow. We got 20 seconds. 15, guys. Almost there. 10 seconds. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Find that seated position. 3 minutes left. All right, remember, arms start in, open up, draw that heart around your head, frame your face. Okay, let's do it, guys. 2, 1, and go. Again, modifiers, go to a single arm if you need to, or grab onto one dumbbell and just press it straight from the chest up to the sky. Guys, make sure you're actively squeezing your shoulders together. Squeeze here, then lift. Bring them back in. Squeeze those legs together. Keep your posture tall. Posture check, everyone. Core engaged. Nice, tall, neutral spine. 15 seconds. Oh yeah, tempo is your friend here. Don't be afraid to speed it up.
10 seconds. All right, guys, you got it. 5, all the way through. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, we're gonna go renegade row 2 climbers. Again, you can do it from the knees. Pop up to give me those climbers. Or if you're feeling up for the challenge, join me. We're up in plank. We're gonna go here in 3, 2, 1, and go. Watch those hips, guys. Hips stay facing the ground. There's just a small shift to distribute your weight to the other side. 2 climbers, 1 row each side. There we go. 30 seconds. Row, row, climb, climb. Row, row. Keep the core tight, keep those hips low. Ooh. 20 seconds. Don't be afraid to go down the knees, guys. Keep those weights under your shoulders. Lock it in here, though. If you need to go just climber, give me climbers to finish. 7 seconds. All right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, guys. Push up to toe. Oh no, I forgot. We're missing one. Uh-oh, this is why I write them down usually. I think we already did the push-up with the shoulder tap. Oh well. Okay, guys, I'm throwing something new at you. You guys ready? Go ahead and join me. We're gonna bring it into plank. You're gonna lift up, out, and then you're gonna switch sides, okay? All right, we got 7 seconds. Again, elevate if you need to, or come down to those knees. There's nothing wrong with that. Strong posture, we're going here in 2, 1, and go. So I'm gonna lift straight up and out. Lift up, out. Same rules apply. I'm gonna do my best to not let my hip turn up. Really brace the core. If you do this right, you're getting so much core with these movements, guys. This whole workout. We got 25 seconds. Try to lift up so you're parallel with the shoulder. Draw that straight line. Squeeze those abs. You can do this. Knees are totally fine. Just create that straight line for me. 10 seconds. All right, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake out those arms. You've made it to the cardio round. Hop in, step in, pendulum legs, high knees. You choose. 50 seconds, all out. We're gonna have a few minutes to get some core stretch. You're done. This is the last little push here, guys. All right, we're going here in 2, 1. Let's go. If you're hopping, keep it light. All right, I'm gonna switch because I'm slipping all over the place on the carpet. 30 seconds. Let's go. Let's go, guys. You can do this. You can switch it up too if you need to. Let's go, though. We got 20 seconds. Let's move a little faster. Let's squeeze the core a little bit more. 15 seconds. Woo. There it is. 10 seconds, guys. You can do anything for 10. Let's go. Finish strong. Don't quit yet. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Whew. I am sweating. My shoulders are burning. You should be feeling pretty good too, guys. Grab some water. We're really slowing it down now. The hard work is over. We're gonna do a little bit of core flexion, and then you're gonna stretch and you're gonna be done, okay? I'm giving you a minute here, so there is no rush getting back down to your mat. You will not need the dumbbells anymore. All right, you guys, again, there's absolutely no rush meeting me back to the mat. We still have about 40 seconds left. I'm gonna begin to show you though what our next movement's gonna look like.
So I have a couple different versions for you, depending what you want to do and how you're feeling so far, okay? So option one, you know, it's really hard to see my legs. Let's try this. That's better. Okay. Option one, guys, you're gonna bring yourself up to meet the knees. So that might mean you're right here, just the shoulders are barely coming up, or you may be able to get all the way up. But the feet are gonna stay stationary, okay? That's option one. Option two, this is great if you have socks on and you're on your floor or your carpet. It also works great if you have shoes on too. You just have to really glide your foot, okay? For this one, you're gonna pull the knee. I'm just gliding on top of the floor. As I start to pull the knee up, I'm gonna meet that knee to the opposite elbow. Slide down, switch sides. So the key to this is to not dig your foot into the ground, but just to lightly let it graze the top of the floor, okay? Either version you're doing, it's a cross-body crunch. So if you wanna just come completely into just cross-body, this is fine. Focus on your flexion, do you, it's your workout. I trust that you're gonna pick something that's gonna challenge you, okay? So let's get started. You guys got about 15 seconds. If you wanna play around with them, feel free to. If you have your hands behind your head, it's a little easier. If you wanna make it harder, take your hands, wrap them on the opposite shoulder, okay? Get into that genie position. We're gonna go here in 2, 1, and go. I'm going to dance. I'm gonna glide and twist. Glide and twist. Focus on that rotation. Curve that back up. Use that strong exhale to come into flexion. We got 30 seconds left, guys. Awesome job. 20 seconds. 15. You got it. Really slow, really controlled. Less than 10 here. We're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, you're gonna keep your legs long. If they weren't, go ahead and release them long. You're gonna pull knee to elbow, so you're bringing your knee in, and then you're gonna meet your knee, okay? We're gonna alternate those legs. We're gonna go here in 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're coming into this half suitcase. Instead of driving both knees and elbows together, we're just focusing on one side at a time. Whenever I do core, my low back and my belly button are glued into the ground. There's hardly a moment we don't have that connection to the floor. That's how we really engage those deep abdominal muscles, and we support that low back and those hip flexors. So pull that belly button, pull those ribs into the floor. Try to flex and fold around your belly button. Use that exhale on the way up to create some extra tension for yourself. 10 seconds. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, guys, we're gonna go into a flutter kick. Put your hands underneath your glutes, support your low back and neck. Relax them into the ground. If your low back and neck start to hurt, you can pick yourself up into more of a flex position. Take those legs long. We're already at time, guys. Keep it up here to start. If this feels easy, start to lower it down just a little bit more. Again, that rule applies. I'm keeping my low back and my belly button into the ground. So it's great if I can come this low, but only if I can keep that core engaged. So remember, I'm in the room. I'm trying to slide my hands underneath your low back. If I'm able to do it, you need to bring your ankle up or just pull the belly button down to the ground. See if you can secure that low back. Squeeze, 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 guys. Actively pull that belly button in. Point those toes, lengthen the legs out. 15 seconds. You got this. Breathe, 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 breathe. Last 10, 7. Here it is. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, you have made it to your very last movement. We're keeping it simple, simple, simple. You guys are gonna do a crunch. Follow along for my verbal cues. We'll start with a regular crunch. Feel free to wrap around the neck, or again, hands on the shoulders to make it harder.
Let's go. Exhale up. Just a regular crunch. Just my shoulder blades are gonna lift. All right, in about 10 seconds, we're gonna come to the top of the movement. What do I mean? I want you to pulse at the top. Don't let your shoulders drop to the ground anymore. Here we go, right here. Shorter movement up at the top. Flex, squeeze, flex, squeeze, flex, squeeze, flex, squeeze. Drop back down into full. Ready, set, drop. All the way down. Exhale up. All right. One more round of pulses. You ready for this? This is it. Final little burnout. Let's go. Bring it up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Short and sweet. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Use your breath to match your movement. 10 seconds. Flex it, flex it, flex it. Make it hard. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, take a nice big stretch, guys. If you just woke up first thing in the morning, reach those arms above your head, point your toes, reach to those fingertips. Big stretch. Flip over to your stomach for me. We're going to start with a shoulder stretch. Then we're going to come into a back and core stretch. So your arms are going to go in your T position. You're going to swing your hips just like we do on our supine, but now we're prone. And we're going to twist our body to push into this arm that's laying flat on the ground. So the more I kind of open my hips and my top shoulder, the more stretch to that arm that's on the ground. Holding for 10 here. Slow the breathing, guys. You've made it through the hard part. Switch those legs, switch those sides. So now this arm comes long. Exhale to twist. Again, use your weight and your rotation to stretch out that arm. All right, you guys, bring yourself back to center for me. Grab onto one of your toes. So you're going to come into a lying quad stretch. As you pull the foot towards your glute, I want you to flex your glute down towards the ground and also push your knee into the floor for this nice big stretch all the way down your quad. Keep pushing the glute down to the ground and the knee. Nice big stretch. Switch those feet for me. Grab onto your opposite leg. Bring it up to the glute. Push the glute down to the ground. Push the knee into the ground. Awesome. Go ahead and release that leg. Slide those arms directly underneath your shoulders. Again, lift the shoulders. So if we're not careful, our shoulders will tip down to the ground. I want you to pull your shoulders back and down, opening the chest, almost like you're going to squeeze your elbows together above your back. Now, depending on your low back, some of you are just going to give me a baby cobra right here. Just lift the chest slightly for a little stretch. Or if you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and extend all the way up. Pulling those shoulders still back and down, and then trying to stretch out the front of your core by dropping that belly button down, pointing your toes behind you. Breathe into that, guys. Pretty intense stretch. 10 seconds. Begin to push yourself up. Find your child's pose. So I'm going to come to face you guys now, but just push back into your hips. Big toes together, knees out wide. Fall forward. We're going to thread the needle, so we're going to bring the arm through. Follow that gaze. Go ahead and release. Bring the opposite arm through. Again, follow that gaze through. Push into the back of your wrist, the back of your hands. Get more stretch. Twist to the opposite hips. Awesome. Go ahead and release there, guys. Gonna finish the child's pose. Maybe try taking your knees a little bit wider. Push your heels back, and then I just want you to slowly release, trying to lay your chest down to the ground. It may not get there. It may get there quite easily. Just relax and melt into the ground. Take about 4 or 5 big inhales. Big exhales here. Just really melting into the floor, melting into your hips. Pushing into those palms, reaching out in front of you. 2 more big inhales and exhales. Last one, guys. When you're ready, start to walk yourself up, pushing out of the hands to bring yourself back up into that seated position.
We are all done. Awesome job, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Hope you guys had a great Monday, and I will hopefully see you guys here soon. All right. Of course. Bye, Mel.